Hey, good evening. This is Shay from Beyond the Chatter. I'm here down on Green Hill Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware at the Salon Bar. It's another networking event which takes place every third Saturday here at the Salon Bar. If you guys are interested in the future events, check out our page, the Salon Bar, Crystal Anderson's Chocolates, and my page as well, Beyond the Chatter, on Facebook and Instagram. And you will see the dates that vendors are needed, and you can always contact the owner, Paula Wade. And I'm about to walk into the Salon Bar. I talked to someone here, and they're having girlfriends talk with the owner of, Topaz Vineyards, black owned, originally from Brooklyn, I believe, and she has a vineyard in Florida. So there's girlfriend talk going on, and it's awesome. This lady is a powerhouse. So I'm going to walk in here and rejoin the interview.
A million. There, and mind you, the hair has been in. My grandfather was a master barber. My great aunt, who is still in Harlem, she just retired like 3 years ago. She's about 101 now. She's on Lenox Terrace. That's where she lives. Yeah. She just got rid of her salon. She just stopped doing it.
At 100?
She's 101 now. She'll lie and say she's not, but I know. Because my uncle done went and dug in her stuff, and she gonna kill him when she find out. But I ain't gonna say nothing.
Wow,
but
I know exactly where that is. But I was born in Manhattan, so I know.
Okay, so you know. Yeah. And then, the funny thing, when I was in cosmetology school and I was on the floor, I was doing this young lady hair. And I was telling her, yeah, I'm from New York. We were talking about New York and stuff. She said, yeah, I'm originally from Uptown. I said, Uptown? I said, really? I said, yeah, my great aunt, she used to do hair up there. And she was like, who's your great aunt? I said, Ruth Hall. She said, she got on the phone, called her mother. She said, Mommy, guess who's doing my hair? She was like, oh, she said, Miss Ruth's great niece. Then she said, you know what her mother asked me? Who's her father? I said, oh man, I don't want to hear this. Is this something I want to hear? Because you know how them stories go. Man, mind you, when my great aunt was teaching at Apex Beauty School, and that was the only black, about Apex. She was teaching it. She didn't even know she was teaching my aunt, my mother's sister, was her student. Both sides. And my father, there was a Birds of Paradise club on the bottom. He was a bouncer there. That's why she asked who was my father. Because she knew Miss Ruth's nephew.
Right.
I said, okay, we're going to stop right there.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
Meet your sister.
Yes. So that's how, yes. Because she said, Miss Ruth, she said, you know what? I used to run numbers for your great aunt. Oh yeah, she has a legend that, everybody's buying for. If something happened on her roof, somebody trying to figure out who's going to get the legend. Not money. Who's going to get that number legend? Because she been hitting the numbers. She played the numbers like, but she been in the hair game forever. So I got it honest. Master barbers, stylists, teachers, and there's some couples. Yes, chemists.
Okay. So what do you call what you do, like working the vineyard? Because you said you like
Vintner.
Okay,
yes,
you like the farming. You like the farming portion of
yes,
it.
I
so
do.
how did you come to that? What got you in the field?
Okay. What got me in the field?
We do a podcast, Beyond the Chatter.
Okay.
Beyond the Chatter.
What got me in the field? Well, when my mom passed, one of the things that stuck with me, when she left me that first 6 acres, we never had nothing, no sell nothing.
Bye, guys.
I didn't know what that
Bye, you too.
She kept since 86, which I was 16 years old. She used to drive me down there, and all I see is a bunch of wood. She said, when I'm gone, this is all yours. And I'm like, I don't know where you going, and I ain't coming back down here. I don't know where you going. I'm from Brooklyn. You can't get me from down there now. But I didn't know what she was talking about until like the past decade. What I did though was continually pay the taxes because I can't sell nothing. It was mandated. That was my instruction not to sell anything. So I continued to pay the taxes. When I used to work for Metro for 12 years, I always knew that was going to be my last job. I never wanted to work for anybody since I was 3. My mother would say, all I heard, she said she put me in dance class, guitar class. She put me in Alvinelli. She put me in, because I was in Alvinelli. My first aspiration was to be a dancer. And my mother was like, there's no starving artists in this house. You going to She didn't understand that. No, Mom, it's not like fame. It's not like we're going to be dancing all the time. You have to go to school. She didn't understand it. She was like, boop, nope. She killed that dream. I said, okay. But as I grew, I said, you know what? I'm tired of paying taxes on this land. I need to do something.
The land is just
In my lifetime, I wanted to do something. And I know I'm not a farmer, but all I've done is as a kid and by observation. So I started doing the paperwork, the federal paperwork. I had 3.5 binders of my dream and of the vineyard and everything I want on. I started collecting data. I started doing my research, my homework, all of that. And I said, I'm going to get what I can, paper. I'm going to build my business, the back end. I'm a paper girl. I'm the little Jewish man that everybody's looking for with all the papers. I keep everything. So I was building my 3.5 binders. Then pretty soon I started driving myself down south and looking at it. So I bought my first trailer. Just all by myself. I didn't ask no family members, anybody. I bought my first trailer, went through the whole process by myself, got the land cleared. I stood on the first acre.
Wow.
And cried. What the hell am I going to do all this?
And how old were you at that time?
I want to say 30. It was after my daughter. My daughter was walking, so I say about 31.
Okay.
31. I had her with 31. I was 31. And I'm sitting there because my mom passed when I was 29.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do it? And I didn't realize 6 acres was that big. Because I'm from Brooklyn. And I lived in an apartment building. So, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay. So when they put, the house on, and then they ask you where you want the water pump, because you don't pay for water, you pay for electricity. So I had to get septic system. They walked me through the whole process. Okay. So by the time my aunt, I have one aunt, I always say she's Glenda. She's the aunt. I always say she's the son my grandfather always wanted. She was the last kid that left home because she never wanted to come to New York. I said, so why did you come when you didn't want? She said, to help with you. I said, well, how many of y'all neighbors took y'all to help one person? I said, there was too many of y'all. I said, about 6 of y'all. Well, how many of y'all? She said, Vicky, everybody either got married, moved on. Your mother needed something. My mother worked as a nurse, and my dad worked during the day. So she wanted somebody there with me, to help with me. And I was like, Dad, it took too many of y'all. Plus, I ain't want all of them around me. I was the only child. So I said, take all of y'all. So she found out. She called Win what I was doing down. She said, what the hell is she doing? She found out my little deal. My first little deal with the house. She was like, damn. She said, you don't know what you're doing. She said, you ass backwards. She said, you done paid too much for this trailer. I'm like, what? Paid too much? I said, that ain't nothing. I said, $69,000. And she was like, well, 4 trailers later. One for free, one for $1,000.
So you surely paid too much.
Yeah, surely, but at time when I just paid them off. Yes, education. And she went back and told us, she said, Vicky down there, you see what this girl trying to do? She trying to work this land. So what she did, remember what I was telling you, there was 4 boys on the Gilbert, the 40 acre. Well, what happened, because you don't have any natural children, by law, it goes to the next of kin. They didn't have any children, so it goes to the siblings. So that means you probate. You got to probate. Every time somebody dies, it gets worse. You got to probate. You got to open probate. You got to open it up. So what happened, their interest went to, now, my mom is a Gilbert. I'm a Gilbert. You'll get the larger interest. Me and the adoptive young man, who's my cousin, get the larger interest, but the rest of the siblings get other interest. So what this aunt did was go through each of her siblings. She said, look, we got the 80 acre. The 40 acre belongs to Gilbert. Sign over all your interest back over into the 40 acre. And then it goes to Vicky. And after that was done, then I gave the acre and the house that my uncle that adopted his son, that he grew up in, I gave him the acre and the house. So he could sign over his interest over the rest of the 40. That'll leave me free and clear to do what the hell I want. So we all go through trials and tribulations. Well, I had gotten, my daughter was in middle school, I had gotten sick. My job was getting on my nerves. I had to file bankruptcy, all of that. So what I did was to lower my liability. And I still, mind you, I still had my retirement funds, but to lower my liability, I put that same name on the property to make it look like I own half of it. That way, when it goes through the court, it don't look like it's a lot.
Right.
Okay, because I had to do 13, or they would, if I did 7, they'd have taken everything.
Right.
So I did 13 to pay everything back. So what I was able to do by then, Metro wanted to play their games and all that other stuff. That's why we in litigation. Can't talk about it, right? But when I was on, but while I was released, I pulled out money out of my 401k, paid off everything, and I paid off my bankruptcy 2 years early. I didn't want no mortgage, and then I used the rest of the money to work on that. That's when I got me and that same aunt. We got a tractor. We keep the land clear. You know, and then she said,
separation. Right.
And then when my daughter, you know, she went act like, you know, a teenager, I said, well, I'm going to hand you over to the elders. So she's in, the elders looked at me like, well, we ain't as young as we used to be when we was chasing after you.
Right.
So you got 30 days to find a boarding school and we'll foot the bill.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, so we got scholarship. They give us, because the kid is smart. She stayed on the Dean's, but my kid is like the banana of the streets. I mean, she be the culprit. And you was like, little Connie? Yeah, my child. Little brainiac. That is her. But, good kid all around. She's doing great. Thank God. But they were like, boarding school. Because if we have her in Brooklyn, we not as young as we used to. We can't chase her.
And Brooklyn ain't the same Brooklyn that we grew up in.
No, it's not. It's not. So, that happened. So, I had to get all of this, you know, wrapped around. At the same time, that same aunt said, all right, I know from them, we got Connie. Connie's fine. Use this opportunity to bang out your business. She said, get healthy and do anything. She said, I do everything I can to help you. So she said, you need to go down south. So this is what we do. We would tag teaming each other, going down south, trying to get everything straight and all of that. So that's what we've been doing ever since. And things started moving, and then I started doing these events, and then I started meeting people. Just when I found somebody that looked like me in the business, I almost cried. I was like, thank God, because I was looking for it. Because I'm like, you know, sometimes people don't want to share information,
right?
And then they look at me and they're like, oh. And I had my share of people saying, oh, you don't have your own wine yet, you know, that type of thing. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, listen, how many of y'all can say that you have a D? California was leased. Initially, when everybody was planting and making wine, that land in California was leased. It's only through the past decade or two that Madavi Vineyards, they're bought and paid for. They own that land. But they've been there for ages. Francis Ford Coppola, they own that land. But it's been ages.
So, and there are 3, how many vineyards in Florida, did you say?
There's actually a little over 30 operational vineyards in the state of Florida. And only 3 black owned. I'm the 3rd. Okay. I'm the only female, black female in the state of Florida. And being that I was in the company of other people that look like me, other people of color in the wine industry, they're the ones that put me to the 2 in Florida. And I went to see both of them. And one of them are helping me build my trellis and the positioning and everything. And what he does, his vineyard has the grapes. And what they do, they sell the grapes to one of the largest muscadine wine makers in Florida. And that's Lake Ridge Vineyard. They buy grapes from him.
Wow.
So everything you learned about the wine business, you learned on your own.
Pretty much.
There's no wine school. No wine school.
No, I did
University
a lot of seminars.
Yeah,
I did a lot of seminars in San Diego. I was the only little brown person in there, but I was like, I'm determined. And let me tell you, the information that they gave me also was priceless, because a lot of them are still in their garages making millions. And they told me this: start off as a farm, use a shack, and to cut costs.
Huh.
The clear people, yes.
They know.
Yes. Oh, they told. That's what they told me. They were like, "Oh, we think this is fantastic." They said, and one guy said, "Well, where were you when I was writing a paper on muscadine?" And I'm like, "You actually wrote a paper on muscadine grapes?" I said, "You know what? Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. Yes, y'all want to talk about us, y'all want to write about us, but y'all don't want to put us out in the forefront because muscadine is the American grape. Everything that's grown, all the wines that's grown in California is foreign." And the only reason why they're able to get away with that is because of their geographical location and the weather.
Right. So it's conducive for it to grow there.
Yeah, and everyone think Cabernet Sauvignon, Cab Sauv is the grape of Cali. No, it was Zinfandel, the red Zin. Our tasting room will also have a store where it features a lot of people of color, their merchandise.
Yes.
Okay.
Collaboration.
Exactly. Collaboration and cooperation. Exactly. And then I'm also have the cigar room.
Yeah.
And that's it. Well, it's partially the idea came for my dad. He's a avid cigar smoker. And that'll also draw in. That's where the spirits come in. It'll draw in the male population because, like I said before,
and the growing
I'm in the
female.
area. Exactly. I am in the area of a heavy fishing and hunting area. While the little miss is getting her nails done or her feet treatment or having a wine tasting, and Papa has to drive her there. He don't have to hang out with her and drink wine. He can go to the cigar bar, have him a port or whiskey, or he could take the van to the 9-hole executive golf course around the corner on the 80-acre.
Okay. So
That's our leasing from the family. Keep the money in the family. Yes, the rest of the siblings that I will be able to do a 9-hole, and they will have the option, and I'm gonna build a lease. The 2 leases that's available to them, either they get paid annually or it's a 51-49 split of the proceeds from the golfing.
golf, cigars, spa, and wine. Spirits and wine. I think you got it pretty much covered.
Wait a minute. And not the little little homes, the tiny homes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
People to stay. Yeah. Exactly. That's built in the construction. Yes. Yes.
I love that. I love watching those.
They're gonna be, and it's a fishing pond, natural fishing pond, where it's gonna be built out where you can we're gonna have at least 5 boats, but you have the ability to put in your own boat. It's 3.5 acres. Prayerfully, I'll be able to extend the acreage from the person to purchase the land neighboring to mine. She's an older lady, Miss White, and we're gonna work with her to see if allow us to purchase the rest of the acreage. So we can expand it because we're gonna have a deck, so you can actually walk on it and actually fish as well.
Oh wow!
So you have fishing.
You never have to leave.
And that's the goal, exactly. So where are you located, and are you taking people now for tastings and stuff like that?
No, not now.
Not
yet.
now.
No,
Okay.
not yet. That's what I was shooting for next year, 2020.
Okay, that's what you were speaking of.
The hard dates will be the 2021, which will be around March or April 2021.
Okay.
I'm actually gearing it towards my agriculture portion. You can always build a building, but I'm very concerned about my agriculture portion because I want that up. Because what I'm going for is vineyard certification. In the state of Florida, you need to start off with 5 acres. And what they do during vineyard certifications, they space out, they measure the amount of inches and feet between plants. They want to know about your water irrigation system. They want to know what type of grapes, how many tons you're going to yield wine. How many tons.
And how would you know that?
Oh, it's on. You could Google it,
It's a science.
Every It's every acre. Every acre can be up to anywhere up to 7 tons, up to 1,200 bottles.
Oh.
It depends on the grape though, also because grapes grow differently. You have cluster grapes, you have individual grapes. You have grapes that that's self-pollinating, that stand alone and they'll grow. You also have grapes that you have to cross-pollinate, which is the hardest. And I'm not looking to do that. I'm looking for self-pollinating plants. And Pearson disease resistant.
Right.
And please explain to us what that is, Pearson disease.
Pearson disease is a disease of plants that's more prevalent in the Northeast corridor, and it's it's our enemy. It's our ultimate enemy. And you could tell disease. That's why you have to constantly spray a plant. This is a manual job, which the challenge now is INS. We can't get the labor that we used to get before. So I was looking to at least sponsor 2 to 3 families because they're the ones that's gonna get out there and do it.
Right.
I'm not, but I'm
exactly.
I'm just not gonna do
So
it.
there's a way to make it happen.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
So
a way to make it.
Right.
Yeah, but Pearson's disease is a more prevalent disease among plants, especially among grape plants that totally kills your crop to the point where if you're infected, if you're heavily infected, you're gonna have to dig up all over and replant, spray.
Oh, that's a lot of work, a lot of money, and a lot of time.
That's farming. That's farming.
Yes. And knowing that, so the girl from Brooklyn is a farmer. I love this. So tell us again the name of your business and your wines and so forth.
Well, the name of the business, Topaz Vineyards, is named after the first tract of land my mom left me on Topaz Road, Mariana, Florida, Jackson County. We are the northwest corridor of Florida in the Panhandle, an hour away from Tallahassee, 45 minutes from Panama City Beach. My property faces Interstate 10. The primary grape that we're going to be growing is the Muscadine, Carlos and the Noble, a red and a white grape. And what I'm attempting to do is a Tempranillo and a Gewürztraminer. Those are 2 dry wines, 1 white, 1 red. And I will be the only person in the region if it successfully harvests. Growing it. When it successfully harvests.
Exactly.
When it successfully harvests. I'll be the only one in that region that actually grew it.
Okay, and I'm coming.
Yes.
And I am coming. I am so excited to have met you, but you're amazing, okay? And don't doubt yourself. Change that language around because the vision you have in those binders, it's there. It was given to you for it to manifest.
Yeah, I had to say,
you work hard.
I did. I really do, and I work hard and I worked hard, but it was a long time. It took me a while because I was still mourning my mom.
Right.
That was my biggest cheerleader. And she would have so much fun with this. Oh my gosh, probably would have took over. But yeah, it took a while for me to actually realize what she was saying, and that all my ancestors were just waiting for me.
Yes.
They were just waiting for me to just not get over it, but to get up and get going.
Connected, because
get connected.
I have this belief that as our ancestors make their transition, they become more powerful. Okay,
yeah,
they become more powerful, and there are angels. People call them angels, whatever you want to call them. Okay, and that's the power. The power of God through the power of God. How you can operate.
Yes.
It's their dream and
Me
their
more
vision.
so now than anything.
Yes.
I had to become a believer, especially being a parent. I was like, oh God, talk about being derailed. But
distracted.
Derailed.
I was like, Lord, I said, but I mean, there was no manual, and the hardest part was not having my mom around, because my daughter was born 2 years after. 2 years after I buried her, so it was like that was my grief baby. I was like, Lord, because I really wasn't aiming to have children. I really wasn't. I'd have been okay. Because I love to travel. So it's like, oh, child, well, I had to put her on my hip and keep on going. She had her first passport at 10 months.
Oh, man.
She was walking out of country.
Yeah, because you told us about your juncture over to India. Okay.
Yeah, that was when I was heavily in the hair game, because my whole thing was, after I had revamped the salon, I wanted a hair factory. The end game for me was I had put in a bid for a firehouse in New Orleans, because I love New Orleans so much. I said, this put in this bid, and I was gonna pull out because Louisiana has the ability you could pull out from your 401k without penalty if it's as long as it's an investment. So what I was gonna do is take 50 grand. I was gonna get this firehouse and I was gonna revamp it, and it was gonna have a hair factory. It was gonna have a learning center, and it was gonna have a salon, and it would be a transition thing because a lot of us that graduate from the schools, we either get stuck behind a chair or don't go no further. Don't go any further or delve into. For us to be the largest consumers in the hair industry, we're $1 billion industry. We don't even have $1 in it.
Right.
And I'm like, let's alleviate the middleman. We gave up the hair industry, and that's when I was angry about. I'm like, listen, but it was a hard track, but that was the original plan, and then the salon fell through. Everything just fell through, and the reason why I fell through is because of old school didn't have, was scared, fear, and old school they didn't want to change.
Right.
They say they did, but
they
when
really
it started
didn't.
happening, they got scared.
Yeah, they got scared. It was
and,
overwhelming.
And it happens that way when you get in business with family. But it imploded, and I had to recoup. Lost my bed, lost my money. I ain't gonna even tell you the number how much I lost, but I lost it. But in the end, the biggest lesson, I didn't lose my mind.
Right.
It didn't kill me.
Right.
It didn't kill me. I went through. But my next plan was when I took the spa, because I also had a spa inside the salon. So what I did, I would let the salon run. I take the spa out of it, which I did my eyelashes, my facials, and I go to Essence Festival, get a suite, and do a wine tasting, eyelash extensions, and facials.
In your room.
Yeah, in the suite.
So you're making money.
I took out the spa.
Yep.
And put it on the road.
A mobile spa. Yep.
That's right. Because I said everybody working in there doing hair. I'm not trying to do hair. I had in Brooklyn. I had my price list. I was the first one to do weaves on Living Social. I had an account with Living Social and Groupon. I put my facials on Groupon, but it's two different lifestyles. Well, I put the weaves in Living Social. What Living Social was trying to do was lowball me. They were like, well, we do 60-40. I said, no, you're not. I said, how about 80-20? Because y'all not standing behind a chair doing this work. I said, now, you can either go with the marketing aspect that y'all never done weaves before. Y'all never advertised weaves before. When I tell you, people from all over was coming, because I named each of my weaves after each borough in New York. And it had the description of what exactly that weave entailed.
Wow.
And that's with them bringing in the hair. And then my end game was when I import the hair from India, because we were moving hair like drugs. It was like keys. Because all you need is a scale.
Right.
And the thing is, you have that sewing machine. I'm sewing my own web. I don't have to buy anything. That's why the sewing machine is in existence. You do your own web with the loose hair.
Wow.
And that way you can place it the way that you want.
Exactly.
Wow.
I ain't never had figured that out.
Exactly. So that took out all them people that's selling them pack hair, because the pack hair, by the time it gets to the United States, is already processed. You can't do nothing with it. See, Indian hair is the easiest hair to modify. I would never buy hair out of China. There ain't nobody growing hair like that in China. There's nobody growing hair like that in Brazil. Maybe they say Brazilian. They're not growing hair like that. In India, they're the ones that was growing hair. Sometimes, back in the day, used to get 60 inches. But because the men are dying, and the women has to go to work. So they're cutting their hair and they're coloring it. When I went down there, I said, do I have to have a salon down here to teach y'all how to take care of your hair? Because I need that lint.
Right.
Jacking up the industry.
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
But see, you can modify their hair. You can make it kinky curly. You can make it straight. Very malleable. You cannot. I'm gonna tell you the people who have the most. I'm gonna tell you the people who have the most coarse hair, the Asians. It takes me 8 hours to break down a dust software bond with a color. 8 hours. That's why you don't see any of us in the Asian salons, because they know we'll take all their money. We'll make money off of them. That's why you'll never see us working in their salon.
This is a lot.
Wow.
Okay, hold on.
Amazing.
Let's go
Yes.
to a commercial real quick, and then we're gonna come back.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, just say we're going to commercial.
Going to commercial, and
We'll be
we
back.
will be right back.
Beyond the chatter.
Beyond the chatter.
Shay and Tanya.
Shay and Tanya.
It's that time again!
Yeah, you're listening to Beyond the Chatter, where we go beyond the gossip to discuss the issues that matter.
Represent the real.
So sit back, relax, and let's talk about it.
Let's go.
The wine glass painting, and she also liked the
The
concept.
wine glass painting.
Karina,
Mm-hmm.
she does that too.
Sip and paint.
I need that.
So what do you think about having your girls' night here on a Sunday? You can still do the round table, and just have that as one event.
Let's do that, because remember the other girl. I can't tell if this is playing or not, but remember the other girl. Was supposed to do the wine glasses. She was set up over here.
Yeah, the one that had the body scrubs and stuff like that.
Renee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she don't do them kind.
But she told me she did. And
No, she does the wine glasses with the appliques, like
Okay.
you know the ones that like with the
stickers.
yeah, it's more yeah, it's not even stencils. It's like.
It's that time again!
Yeah, you're listening. Listening to Beyond the Chatter, where we go beyond.
You're on Beyond the Chatter with Shay and Tanya, and we are sitting here with an amazing woman, multifaceted, multi-talented woman. Give us your name and the name of your business again.
Victoria Robinson, Topaz Vineyards.
Victoria Robinson, Topaz Vineyards. So we are going to wrap it up, okay? And then just tell us, like, in the next next 90 days, what can we expect from Topaz Vineyards?
In the next 90 days, you will see a rollout of the body scrub,
I don't know what I would do
the Merlot, the new formula of the Merlot wine mask, and we're gonna have a scent, Topaz him, Topaz her, a scent that's gonna be named after my great grandmother Eva Angel.
All right, and how can we get those products?
You'll be able to get these products, order them online at www.topazvineyards.com.
I have a question.
www.topazvineyards.com.
You keep saying Angel. Isn't there a TV show that talks about farmers? Is it Queen Sugar or is it the other one?
Queen Sugar. That's what my girlfriend was talking about on the
Yeah.
video. Queen Sugar.
Yeah, is that like?
Well, you know what? I didn't even know about Queen Sugar until someone called me. They said, "You remind me of Queen Sugar."
Yeah, because you
the
keep
basis-
saying Angel, and this is the last name Angel.
It
Angel
was
or something.
one of the characters' name is what's his name? Ralph Angel.
Ralph Angel. Okay, and I don't watch the show. It just made me. It just all of a sudden it hit me.
But no, my family name is Angel on my dad's side. My great grandmother name was Eva Angel.
So they're talking about
And
y'all.
so each woman in the family, a Cherokee trait is every other generation they have a girl born is called Eva.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's a Native American. That's how you trace it down. There's a generation of Evas, a couple of them, really.
Okay.
So each woman, like Eva Angel, gave birth to my great grandmother Beanie, and my great grandmother Beanie gave birth to Mamie, my great grandmother, who I grew up with, and Mamie gave birth to Isabel. That's Isabel's kitchen. That's my grandmother, and Isabel gave birth to my dad George.
Wow.
And he was George is all throughout the family.
Right.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Well, we can't wait to have you back. Actually, we can't wait to get down there.
Right. And we were just talking about possibly doing some type of another event here, because we were talking about the Sunday events
Yes.
that Crystal was speaking of before when we were here last month for the networking event, but also like a paint and sit with the glasses or something. Who's the lady who works with you that was sitting here?
Karina.
Okay, and Karina does paint and sips and stuff. Okay, so we were just speaking of that too a little bit off the air, or we're trying to go to commercial break. Yeah, we got to make something happen. So the last thing I want to ask you, because we do have to wrap it up and we have to leave. Why is it Vic's Sangria?
Okay, like I said, the Sangria I was messing around with, and I did not know how to. It's a variation of my name.
Okay.
VIX, and you know, and I just was messing with it, and it just stuck. And I didn't want VICKS.
Right.
And my nickname is Vicky with a
Right.
Y.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. I just
like
wanted
that.
something
Vic Sangria.
because you know, towards the later end of my life, everyone was like V or Vic, and I used to hate that. But then I said, well, Vic Sangria, I'm gonna try it, and it just caught.
Okay.
That's all.
Wow.
It was real simple.
Wow. Well, thank you. And you gave your social media presence, right? You told us you're on.
Oh yeah, my social media presence. Twitter is Topaz Vineyards. Facebook Topaz Vineyards. Instagram. Okay, this is a funny story. My Topaz Vineyards account, I lost the username and the password, so I moved it to my travel account, which is VLC Enterprises,
Okay.
and that's where I moved all of my Topaz Vineyard stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
VLC Enterprises is my Instagram handle.
Okay. So we'll do that. Oh man, this was great. I really appreciate it. You know what? We are so grateful. I'm so happy that you were here.
Thank you.
And
I'm so happy
Let me
that
tell you, this lady is awesome. I know I say that. She's outstanding. She's phenomenal. My head hurts because I can't keep up with all the stuff that she was saying. But she is so knowledgeable and so educated. And there's not enough, like the awareness is not out there. And there's not enough of us doing what you're doing. Or even going as far. And you said a farmer.
And I have no problem teaching because I'm like, I want to sip on something on the south of France somewhere.
Right.
But I have no problem with, look, bring them on. As a matter of fact, I'm working in conjunction with University of Florida to build an internship program so the enology students can come onto my property and learn how to wine enology, vintner.
I'm on her hip.
So they can
don't go anywhere.
They sent me a big, thick, document on how to ingratiate my business with their internship program, and that's University of Florida. We're not even talking about FAMU.
And what city is that in? Is that Tallahassee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I get all the Floridas mixed up.
FAMU
USF,
and University of
FSU,
Florida.
UCF.
Yes.
Okay.
And they, and so they're waiting. They wanted, actually, the students were fighting the faculty because they wanted to come while I didn't have anything on the land. And whereas, according to the document, they want you to have the equipment and everything, so they have a place to start making the wine and everything like that. Or if they want to be marine biologists and study my fishing pond.
Right.
Or if they want to study farming, farm science, that type of thing. Or just how to make wine, sommelier, tasting room manager, whatever the case may be. The opportunity is there for them. I already, my lot in life is as a servant. It is. I'm a servant.
Okay.
And this is going to be for generations after I'm passed on. So it's going to, I already know it's going to outlive me.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Lovely.
Okay, Vicki, thank you so much. This is beautiful. Topaz Wineries. Vineyards. I'm sorry. My apologies. I cannot wait to.
You'll see some of the pictures of my ancestors. On my
yes.
website.
Please go to her website, and we will be seeing her again. I'm sure.
Yes.
Definitely, because I'm not going to let you get away. Because I learned too much today. Like I said, I do have a headache, but I learned so much. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in to Beyond the Chatter with Shay and Tanya here at the Salon Bar doing.